Hi everyone, Alessandro from Steinberger Plaza here. Today I'm going to show you how to raise your saddles or lower your saddles on a Steinberger trem. This is going to be done on a trans-trem, type 2 trans-trem, but this goes for every Steinberger trem. So if you have an s-trem or an r-trem, that's no problem because the method for raising or lowering the saddles and adjusting the guitar's intonation is the same. So you have to take an Allen wrench like this, quite small. I can tell you the exact size, but you just have to check that this Allen wrench goes into the left side of the trem where there's a small hole. After you've gone inside the hole with the Allen wrench, you just have to turn it counterclockwise so that it loosens a small screw that keeps the saddles in place. At this point you feel that your saddles are free to move and that they are no longer kept in place by that screw. So be careful at this point not to use the tremolo bar because you might be messing around with your saddles. They might be jumping and popping out of the trem and going anywhere. So at this moment you have to locate each pins on each saddles. Each saddles has got two screws which can be tightened or loosened with the same Allen key. Let's see. It's not very clear, but I hope that's okay. Yes. So, if you want to lower your saddles, you have to loosen the screw so that the saddles can be lowered. So, let's say, for example, I'm losing the high E saddle. Can you see that it's becoming flatter like this? Okay, let's do that for the other saddles. You can keep in mind how many turns you give so that you can perform it easily on the other saddles. I'm doing a quick job this time just to show you on the video so that the video gets quite short. This time I'm lowering the action because it was set up pretty high. I like high action, but it's not very comfortable on this very guitar because it's got very flat radius, so I think a lower action can be okay. At this point, let's say you've reached your desired action. You can check that on the left side of the guitar. Okay, that's not very high. That can be okay. At this point you can already screw this back on clockwise so that the small pin retaining the saddles goes back to position and you don't have to worry about your saddles moving any longer. You don't have to crazily screw this, but it just has to be tight. No problem. This is not tuned yet. So at this moment we've just lowered the action on a Steinberger trem, the trans-trem, but this can be done on every other Steinberger trem. At this point I'm gonna lose this screw back again to show you how to set your intonation on the guitar, because these are the two questions I get questioned the most by many users. How do I raise the intonation, the saddles on my trem? How do I adjust the intonation? Because guitar setup is a very personal matter. So I can provide a guitar which is perfectly set up, but it can be too high, too low, even if intonation is fine. So you have the right to be able to set it up by yourself. So the intonation matter goes like every other guitar. If you have a string which is tuned up and is flat at the 12th fret, you have to move your saddle towards the guitar neck. Otherwise, if your string played at the 12th fret is sharp, you have to move your saddle towards the bridge. Okay? I'm gonna show you with a Boss chromatic tuner so that it might help. I don't know how this is, so it should be quite okay, but there is always room for improvement. If this wrong side. Okay. I hope you can see it clearly. Let's try to do this with first with the E string, high E string, and then move on. First we have to tune the string up. That's okay. Then we play the 12th fret. Perfect. No problem here. Let's move to the B string, which is not even a B. No problem, but it can be even better with just a very, very small movement towards the neck. So let's try now. Because I like the guitar to be very well intonated. Yes, that's okay. Let's move to the G string. Ooh. The reason why the guitar is so out of tune is because when you lower the action, of course, the strings will go out of tune. That's okay. Back to D. Which is a bit off. The 12th fret is a bit sharp, so I have to move the saddle back a bit. Yeah, that's fine now. I'm doing that very quickly so you don't get bored watching this video, which is getting already quite long. So low E, which is okay. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial for how to set your action and intonation on a Steinberger trem. Stay tuned on steinbergerplaza.facebook. Everything else. Bye bye.